You know, if you look at measuring stuff on there, I got a little thing that says like what a pinch is and a dollop and all this. Basically, I threw a glop. I threw a big old glop of ghee in there, and we got the onions. So I wanna saute these onions up a little bit because I think it makes the spaghetti taste a little bit better. And then after we get these browned a little bit, I'm gonna throw some mushrooms in there. These are kind of my ingredients I got. I got the cheesy one today. I'll fry some of these. I got some diced tomatoes. Plus I have, of course, I got the oregano. That I'll put down here. I'll be using all the rest of that. And I think I got some pizza spice too. I bought a lot of oregano in these small ones. And we got, like I say, I think I got the pizza spice one too that makes it a little bit sweeter. And then, of course, black pepper and these babies right here. So I'll be back. Hey guys, I threw my pepper in there. I just basically covered the top of it real good with some black pepper. I like to use the big pieces. And we're still frying the onions up. I got my mushrooms drying out a little bit here. I don't like to throw a lot of water in there as soon as this is cooked. My little sweetheart, she's working on the garlic right now. And she's doing a real good job. She's always my helper in the kitchen, right, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, threw the mushrooms in there. So we're gonna brown these real good. I like to get them to where they're brown. I didn't want to get the onions too much done because then they'll just wither away to nothing. So I get the mushrooms in there now. Okay, we'll be back. Okay guys, here's the garlic getting ready to go in. Dorothy, you want to hold the can? This can. Aim it over the pot like that. Okay, and there's our garlic. In it goes. We like lots of garlic, huh?
Oh, it's not down.
Okay, throw it in the pan. And that's a little fire, it's a little hot. See, it's starting to brown now. The onions and stuff and the mushrooms. One thing about these kind of pans, if they start to stick, you can just dump a little bit, stainless steel or anything that's non-stick. Just dump a little bit of vinegar. Dump a little bit of this, I use this stuff right here. You dump a little bit of this in the pan and everything will release. Now I do use this, this is part of my spaghetti sauce. I dump a bunch of that in there, so that's coming. Alright, we'll be back. Okay guys, I'm not a big one for using oils too much, but I do use them and I like to use this stuff inside. It gives that a really good squirt when this is cooking. Part of my spaghetti sauce. Okay guys, I threw my hamburger in. I can't get hot Italian sausage, anything like that, or I'd be cooking that. And I'm not making meatballs this time. I'm just going to throw the meat in and get it to start cooking. So that's where we're at. But that's a whole kilo. Now we're making just a couple bag and a half a bag, so that should cover it. And we're out again for now. Hey guys, I'm going to put some of this oregano in there. And this is how I like to do it. I like to cover the top. Now some of this fat will come out of here. I'll dipper some of that fat off there from the hamburger. Even though that was the leanest stuff they sold, it's still got a good bit of fat to it. So we'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of this in there. And I do the same thing with this. I like to cover the top. I like to do it before I clean the fat out because it'll keep it from being too hot for the kids. But I love this stuff right here. I got it over at the SNR. Alright, we're back again. I'm getting ready to make the water, so I always like to put some salt in there. I like to put it, well, we'll just get rid of all that. And I also like to put a little bit of this in there. So I like the Kika Man. My wife buys the cheap stuff, but this stuff tastes good to me. This is the light one. I like to put a little of this in my water. Just gives the noodles a nice color. And then you take a little bit of oil, give it 4 or 5 good dollops of that oil so that your noodles won't stick together. And then I'll just fill this up with water to the rivets, and we'll start boiling it. So I'll be back. Okay, guys, the meat's starting to stick. I shook this up really good, okay? And I'm going to give this a really good squirt. I give it lots of that. Tastes really good. And also, when I'm doing my water in here, I'll put a little bit more in. But I don't use tap water at all. I use only filtered water for the noodles because I don't want us to die. All right, so there we go. Hey guys, the meat released off the bottom. It's not stuck because of the vinegar. And now I'm going to take this right here. It's my diced stuff. And just throw that in there. That helps make it release also. Nothing will stick anymore. I got the fire turned down just a little bit. And we'll let this cook for a little while before I start adding all my other sauce. And make sure it quickly. But nothing's sticking to the bottom anymore. A little bit here and there, but it comes right out. Okay, so we'll leave that go for a while, and I'm going to start heating up my water for the noodles. Okay? Okay, pretty soon the water will be boiling. I threw the sauce in here now. I got this cooked down really good. Got some of the fat off the top. I just pick it out with a ladle, and got pretty much most of the fat off. And this is a cheesy one, so it came out yellowy. It more looks like a nacho dip because it's a cheese one. And that's this one right here. The only reason I got the cheese one this time was because that's what they had when I was at the store. Now, if you want to make Filipino, they have a Filipino Del Monte, and then you would use, if you're going to use oil in here, you would use coconut oil. Don't put the oregano in. You know, they put hot dogs in it and sugar, and you could squirt honey in there and all that. I don't do Filipino spaghetti, but I'm going to tell you what, this spaghetti right here, I've never met a Filipino that didn't gobble it up and come back for more. They like it, and so do I. My kids love it, and it seems like if I make it and I don't make it spicy, it doesn't seem to get eaten. And if I make it real spicy, even with the kids, it disappears. And it's always good after it goes for an extra day or two. And there's the noodles we got. I don't know why that thing, I can't shut it off. Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and shut this off for right now. Okay guys, I got this. Once the water boils, then what I do is I'll shut the fire off on that. I got my noodles. My helper's going to hold that. Just aim it sort of over here. And then what I do with the spaghetti noodles is I like to cut them short a little bit. Like this. And then just bust them and then throw them in there and mix them all up. Okay, usually takes about 2 or 3 times. And you can do half, but it just gets little pieces all over. So, and you just throw that around, and then we get our last one. Now, what you got to do too when you're doing this is you got to get on it right away with the stirring spoon, right away, because they'll stick together. So I get on it right away, and then what's going to happen when these are cooked, when they start getting fat and they're tasty, then I'll just throw them in the colander. I'll put some butter on them, and then I'll throw them over top of this sauce and mix it all up, and then we're going to chow down, guys. And I'll tell you what, everybody that I've ever made this for loves it. I just wish I could get hot Italian sausage. There was a place for a while in Chrysanthemum where the lady had some, and you know, we were going to be able to buy it from her. She had like a sausage shop. She was going to get it, and then the damn convid hit and closed her down. She couldn't keep the place going because nobody was allowed to eat there. So, you know, this is just what the government did around the world, guys. They just moved a lot of money around. So that looking pretty good. So that's where we're at for right now. So I'll be back. Okay, guys. Some people run water over this. I don't. I got only one hand, so I can't do this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to dump it right on top of there, and then throw my butter on top. So I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I like to let my butter melt through the noodles while it's sitting on top of the sauce, and then I'll mix it all up with some big spoons, and we're going to throw it on a plate. We're going to get some Parmesan cheese and a little bit of hot sauce for me, and we're going to chow down, boy. Okay guys, she's done. My little sweetie's already got some. Getting the cheese on there, and this is it. What can you say?